Okay. I started this on a different tape and the tape ran out of me. Duh. But anyway, so I'm going to start off from the top, okay? What I did with the Tad Bymaster is I did a reading of all original tubes before I went and did anything. Okay? Um, and of course, you got you got one each. You got A and then you got B. Okay? But you got, all of that, you got V1, V2, V3, V4, which is technically A1 and A2. Same as B1, B2. B1 is V3. But A1, A2, B1, B2. Okay? And of course, you got the preamps and everything. Well, what I did was, on the originals, my readings were number 1, 34.0. Got a reading of number 2 here, 38.8. Now, technically, if these two are the ones that are together for the A column, or A amp, that's way out. It should only be 1.5. But then you go to this one, which is number 3, or B1 or 3, I'm reading 33.9. Take note on that for a second. And then I go to number 4, it's 37.7. Now technically, of this one, of the ones, they're all within 34.0 and 33.9. That's only like 0.1 decimal. Here, of the two, A2 is 38.8 and B2 is 37.7. That's a 1.1 difference, which is allowed in the tolerance of 1.5. So what I did was I went and changed these preamps, okay? Did a new reading, still have the same old tubes into them. Went down a hair bit, okay? Number 1 is, or A1 is 33.9. A2 is 37.8. Number 3, or B1, is 33.0. Number 4, or B2, is 37.3. Okay, so technically they all went down just a couple decimals, but not by much. So doesn't really, but they always say it doesn't really matter. So I don't know, but I ran them for over 5 minutes. So what I've been doing, I've been letting these things cool. I'm getting ready to put the new Mullard EL34s. Okay, what I did was I got the Jan Phillips? Yeah, the Jan Phillips 12AT7s. I got 2 of them and everything. I got balanced and matched. Then I also got the 7025 from the tube store of the 12AX7s. Of course, I also got some gold lines going to go to JMP. Do a little bit of checking around, which, I'm going to record all this, okay? So what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be checking that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I got the new tubes in the Mullard EL34s. Okay, and I've been letting it run for almost about 12 minutes. Almost. Okay, and what I got on the readings, with everything brand new in there, one is, we're going to start about 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? That's how we're doing. But one is 43.1, 43.2, so that's what I'm going to put down. 43.2. Number 2 is 43.6. Going down, yeah. Okay, number 3, this one, 1, 2, 3, and 4, is, ooh, that's real high. 44.7. And number 4, 46 point, 46.1. Ooh, that's a real high one. Okay, but that's with all the new readings. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just pause the camera. I'm going to let this burn for, because according to him, he burnt it for 24 hours at the factory. I don't know if you're supposed to burn it into your amps another 24 hours or what, you know. I'm still learning on this one. I got questions. But anyway, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and burn this for a while. Just let it run. You know, and then I'll double check the numbers and then we'll go from there. Okay? Okay. Hopefully it's okay. As you know, icing it, you use the outside post only. There's 2 holes in each one for B and A. You know, supposedly what it is the outside one adjusts the bias, and the inside hole it's something to do with the phaser. I don't know that much, so I'm not going to mess with that. But what I have read up on the internet, it says to adjust just, you know, and when I did that, it does bring both tubes down. Tubes are supposedly were biased at 17.52 at the factory. Now, 1, 2, and 3 seem to be real close to each other. 4 is kind of a hair bit hotter. So what I'm doing is, right now I've got 1, or A1 as we were talking about. I got that at 36.2. It's kind of balancing out between 36.0. So that's what I'm going to put down on that one, 36.0. Okay. It's raising up to 36.3, going back down to 2. Where 2, or A2, is 36.0. So that's pretty close. You know. 1 is kind of going up to 2. So A1, or 1, as we know it, is 36.2. And A2, or number 2, kind of balancing out. It's right around the 36.0 area. 35.4, then it goes up a little bit, but it's all within the reach. Now, I think I may have to readjust this one, because right now I got 34.2, or 3, on B1, or number 3, 2. Okay? Where number 4 tube is at 35.6. So I need to raise that up just a hair, because that's still down. One is still down where the other one is. So that's going to be like my hotter one. So what I'll do is I'll go back to number 3, see what that's going to get me. Alright, I'm at 34.3, so it's actually lower. So I'm going to be doing this. You go into here, and as you see, I got a glove on to protect my hand. You know, it's kind of just to hold this, and it's an insulated screwdriver. This stuff, here it's like 400 or more volts. Ain't the word, dude. Okay, let's go. Okay, but as you see, I go into this hole. Okay, there's 2 holes on here, one here and one here. I'm not going in them. That's supposed to be the phaser. So what I do is I go to the very top on the outside one here, and outside one here. Remember, you have 2 different channels, just in case. Okay. Alright, let me get it lined up. Okay, I'm reading 35.2. A little too much. No, we're not going to do that. No, we'll take it down to 36. and you know, turn this a little bit. Okay, one of these Tad Bias Masters costs $250, 260, something like that. Well worth the market. Okay, right now, number 3 or B1. I got that set at 35.7. Balancing out between 6 and 7. Okay, now when I go to 4 or B2, that's got me at 37.0. So I'm going to go ahead and stay there. So that's balancing this. $35.8. So, technically, of the 1, 2, 3, and 4, as we know, the lowest is 35.8 and the highest is 37.0. The other two were 36.2 and 36.0. There's only a difference technically on one of 0.2, another one point what? Shucks, 4.4, and then here was it 0.1, 1.2. So that's all within the tolerance range how it is. I do like the way it sounds. Now the idea is putting it all back together and listening to it. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Lions in the JMP, and then the Muller EL34 is in the EL34 with my 12 AX7s. They were the preferred series, and then the Jan Phillips for the 8T7s. Okay, this is what my sound is going to be. And then of course my guitar. I'm going to use this one, Les Paul. Actually, it's an Epiphone Les Paul with a Michelangelo Badio damping system. Okay, and then my foot gear. Okay, which is a very simple thing. Okay, and pause. Okay, this is the sound right here. Right now, I've got a clean sound. I'm running a clean sound onto it, which is called Clean and Pretty. And then my main rhythm, kind of the mid-70s sound of the Marshalls. I'm running custom audio. It's actually the JMP, which is I'm using the mid-70s sound of it. Then I got another one where I'm running a plexi, okay, of 50 watts, and then the other one will be 100 watts. I run the Baez, the TS9, as kind of my lead, and then the Bad Horsey Wawa, okay, with a volume control. Now, these are my sounds, alright. Started with some clean sounds on the treble. Okay, mid-70 Angus tone, you know. Okay, now this is the plexi sound, the 50 watt. it's just more or less like a boost. Same plexi, same setup, everything, but now it's based off a 100 watter. But anyway, that's my 4 channels. That was what, no Ibanez, no. I did use the wow on the one, but that's all. This thing here, I'm telling you, man, does wonders. Michelangelo Badio. Proudly, it's an honor to know this man. But as you see, you ever notice when you're playing lead, right? You're coming along and that following unwanted sound it gives. This is one good thing about it. Okay, now with the tube screamer on. That was kind of the Angus turn the mid-70 Marshall sound. Plexi. 2 screamer raw. That's my sound, and biasing it, I brought it back to life. So this is what I can produce. I've got this program. Okay, it's called guitarbackingtrack.com. That's where you go to, and it's got songs on there just like the CDs that you listen to, without the guitar parts. Some got some guitar parts in it. But yeah, vocals, everything. That way it gives you a chance to really get the songs down, and I'm starting to work on that, and that's my next project that I'm going to do. But this is the sound after biasing my Marshall and then putting new tubes into the JMP and running through the fractal audio. I'll tell you, this fractal audio is unbelievable. 385 channels, and it's just endless. It's like timeless. Just in the beginning, help! Anyway, I'll get back to you in a second. Tell me what you think, okay? Thank you.